From the brand new Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, Stateliners Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. This morning, it is the semifinal round of the New Jersey District 16 Wrestling Tournament. Morning, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of this morning's matchup. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you on the Stateliners Sports Network by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit rothmanortho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. Get back to truly living. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Buxton Athletic Training Center in Randolph, New Jersey, for all of your wrestling training needs year-round. World-class coaching and top-notch wrestlers of all ages. Follow them on Instagram at Buxton Athletics and on Facebook at Buxton Athletic Training Center. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. Pberg HS, WRESTLIN. The Stateliners had a perfect quarterfinal round. They have sent all 14 wrestlers into this morning's semifinals. They are followed in the team chase by Plainfield with 10. Somerville has 7. Woodbridge and Bernards have 6. Roselle Park has 5. Summit Chatham has 4. Carteret has 2. And New Providence has 2. The losers in the quarterfinal round have all been eliminated. Losers in this round will wrestle for third place and the chance to advance to the regions on Wednesday. Winners in this round will clinch at least second place and have clinched a spot in next week's regionals. Here's how we line up at 106 pounds. It'll be Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. We'll run through all the Stateliner matchups first. Matsko, a sophomore, 27-9, the number 1 seed, will face Sean Hunnewell of Bernards, a freshman, 16-7. At 113 pounds, the Stateliners' James Day, a freshman, 26-10, the 5 seed, will wrestle the top seed, Gabriel Leo of Roselle Park. He's a senior, 25-6. 120, Stateliners' 6th seed, Joey Inamorato, a freshman, 12-18, will face the 2 seed, Nick Chabrak of Somerville, a sophomore, 21-8. 126, Bryce Parenti of Phillipsburg, the 2 seed. Parenti is a senior, 23-12, will face the 3 seed, Johnny Cruz of Plainfield. He's a senior, 29-6. 132, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, the 2 seed, a senior, 31-3, will face the 3rd seed, Will Kaufman of Bernards, a senior, 19-13. 138, Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg, the top seed, a senior, 26-10, will face the 4 seed, Patrick Nevins of Summit. He's a sophomore, 22-8. 145, 2nd seed, Luke Harden of the Stateliners, a senior, 10-18, facing the 3 seed, Joe Brocato of Woodbridge, a senior, 20-6. 152, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, the top seed, a senior, 30-2, meeting Brendan Aldridge of Somerville, the 4 seed, a senior, 18-6. 160, TJ Abode of Phillipsburg, the 5 seed, a senior, 20-12, faces the top seed, Jacob Vega of Carteret, a junior, 33-1. 170, David Pearson of the Stateliners, a 4 seed, a freshman, 15-17, will meet the top seed Kaiseron Casey of Plainfield. He's a junior, 29-7. 182 top seed Jake Wicks, a junior, 21-13, meets the 4 Eswin Orellano of Plainfield, a senior, 13-12. 195 Austin Roth of Phillipsburg, a 2, the senior, 28-5, facing the 3 Jack Hedges Summit, a senior, 17-10. 220 Gabe Horvath, a junior, 17-7, the 1, facing the 5 Emmanuel Sutton of Plainfield, a sophomore, 18-16. And at 285, second seed Cody Krutz, a junior, 12-19, will meet the 3 seed Richard Herrera of Somerville. He's a junior, 19-9. Our referee will be Kevin Colbeck Jr. as Logan Matsko faces Sean Honeywell of Bernards. Matsko near a takedown and cradle, now settling for the left, behind the left leg. He's got a takedown, and Matsko leads 2-0. And Matsko cuts Honeywell. It is 2-1. Matsko and the state liner Garnett and Gray trying to hit a headlock at the edge, but they are off, and they'll go back to the center. Frank Leitner is assisting in this bout. And the other semifinal across the way on mat 2 is Tanner Donato of Somerville and Javier Laracuente of Woodbridge. They are the 2 and 3 seeds. Matsko is in on the left leg. Picks that leg up and has his second takedown. Matsko leads 4-1. Matsko trying to work a hazard tilt. Left hand tight waist and controlling the right arm. Now he has that right arm barred. Matsko with the right arm barred. Coming up to a stand is Honeywell, back down to his knees by Matsko. Matsko with a left hand thigh pry to maintain control. 30 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Matsko keeping that weight high on the right shoulder. Stalling is called on Matsko. That's first warning.
Across the way at 106, top seed Tyler Donato of Somerville just won by a fall with a cradle in 1:45 over the 2 seed Xavier Laurette of Woodbridge.
So Donato, the 3, into the finals. Matsko maintaining control here, trying to work a hazard tilt. Got himself in a little trouble there, and Honeywell rolls on through with 3 seconds to go. And the first period will end with Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko on top 4-1 after 1. Matsko will go down to start the second. Matsko getting set, hands and knees. Honeywell right hand tight waist. Trying to pick up on the right ankle to take Matsko off his base. Wraps that tight waist around the right side of Matsko. Pressures on the right elbow. Matsko trying to reach back for a leg. Left hand thigh pry by Honeywell. Matsko stands, sits, picks up on the near leg. Now loads up a cradle. Matsko has a reversal and has Honeywell on his back in a cradle. The reversal will make it 6-1 Matsko as he tries to get more on the right shoulder. Gets out the right side, head in the side, puts Honeywell on his back. He's got plenty of time, minute 15 to go. Honeywell trying to keep that right shoulder up off the mat. Referee Kevin Colbeck Jr. looking in. Matsko with that cradle. Gonna rock him back again, and the fall comes in an even 3 minutes with a cradle for Logan Matsko. So the state liner sophomore is in his second consecutive district final, a fall in 3 minutes over Honeywell of Bernards. Semifinalists at 106, Matsko of Phillipsburg, finalist Matsko of Phillipsburg, Donato of Somerville, and in the consolations, Honeywell of Bernards and Laraquente of Woodbridge.
Underway at 113, 3-seed Alexis Irizarry of Woodbridge with a 6-1 advantage over Justin Villiani of Burnville, the 2-seed.
And we'll stay right here at 113, where Phillipsburg's James Day has just given up a takedown to the top seed, Gabe Leo of Roselle Park. Leo is the top seed, a senior, 25-6. Day, freshman, the 5 seed, is 26-10. Day advancing with an 11-3 major over the 4 seed, Evan Wooby of Somerville in the quarters. Leo had a quarterfinal bye. There were actually 3 or 4 pigtail matches today among the 14 weight classes, so anybody who has advanced through the quarters by without an opponent does get credit for a win. Day gets to his base, and looking for a cradle is Leo. He pushes Day away on the escape. Leo on top 2-1, and they go off to our right. 2 mats here in the semis. We had 3 in the quarters. In on a double and getting a takedown is Leo to lead Day 4-1. James was the State Liners' regular 106-pounder during the season. I did not get a chance to see a weigh-in sheet this morning to see how much he actually weighed today. But he's been under 108, certainly since January. Gabriel riding out the left side of Day. Referees Frank Leitner reaching for a cradle. And the first period ends with Leo on top of Day, 4-1.
Joe Namorano now on the mat across the way at 120, and just gave up a takedown to Nick Chabarak of Somerville, the 2-seed.
So we have 2 State Liners on the mat right now, and Day starts the second period neutral and surrenders a takedown. Leo now on top of Day, 6-1. On the escape, now 8-3. Day hanging on to the right leg of Leo. And a stalemate called by Frank Leitner.
Alexis Irizarry of Woodbridge was the winner at 113 by a fall in the second period over Justin Villani of Bernards.
There's a 5th takedown for Leo, and he leads 10-3. Riding out the left side on Day. Controls the right wrist of Day, pulling that across the body. Day trying to get wrist control on the left side of Leo. Leo still has Day's left leg hooked. Leo has been doing an effective job of riding James Day here in the second, but he has definitely had the better of it on their feet. Works a 2-on-1 and has the hazard tilt on Day. Frank Leitner says he's got 2 back points coming. That buzzer's across the way on mat 2. There's the 2 back points as the period comes to an end, and Leo leads Day 12-3 after 2.
Joe Innamorato trails 4-0 after 1 to Nick Chabrak of Somerville, the 2 seed, and they are neutral to start the second period.
Leo taking underneath to start the third against the State Liners' James Day. Right-hand tight waist. Leo stands right away. Day trying to work a hazard from a stand. Left-hand thigh pry by Day. Day trying to step across as Leo has Day in some difficulty here. Day still in control, trying to keep that left hip up off the mat to maintain control here. Day hooking the right leg. Maintains control here with minute 20 to go in the bout. Leo stands. Day, there's a roll by Leo and a Peterson roll, and he's got the reversal. Leo has the reversal, leads Day 14-3. And he's got Day's left arm barred. Trying to turn Day to his right. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 back points coming. Trying to get more pressure, more weight on that left shoulder of James Day. He's trying to keep that shoulder up. Squeezing and a body press by Leo. Day trying to bridge to keep that left shoulder off the mat. Leo still has that, lost the leg that he had hooked, and Day's able to belly down. That's 3 back points. It's 17-3. Leo trying to turn Day again. Frank Leitner looking in. Day trying to keep that, now trying to spin on his head. 3 seconds to go. It's going to be a 17-3 win.
Joe Innamorato just scored a second period takedown. He's trailing 6-3 to Nick Chabrak of Somerville, trying to work a bar to get some back points, but time is probably expiring there as potentially dangerous was just called. So 2 seconds remaining in the second period. Innamorato with an escape and a takedown in the second. Chabrak with a takedown and 2 back points in the first. A takedown as they started neutral in the second period, as now the injury clock is rolling.
And let's stay with that bout on mat 2. The results at 113. Leo is 17-3 major over the State Liners' James Day. Justin Villani of Bernards, a fall in 246 over Alexis Irizarry of Woodbridge. So you have Leo. Go ahead, Bob.
So, as with just a second remaining, that's the end of the period with Innamorato on top. So he has choice, and he is taking down to start the third period. Innamorato, the freshman, 12-18, the 6th seed. Facing the 2 seed in Chabrak at Somerville, a sophomore, 21-8, as Innamorato tries to come out the back door. Getting Chabrak up high. Chabrak with a leg in, but riding high, somewhat collapsed on his right hip. Innamorato trying to squirt his way out the back. Chabrak high, riding that leg and clamping over top of the head. Innamorato trying to come out the back door. Well, a lot of enthusiasm from the Phillipsburg coaching staff. Innamorato getting his hips up off the mat, and now it looks like he's got the reversal. And some back points. No back points, called it off. Reversal for Innamorato. So now 6-5, Innamorato trailing and riding with a minute 58. He's going to let him go. Try to work something from his feet here. So 7-5 now. Innamorato trailing, 50 seconds to go. Trying to look at duck under as he's clamped around the head. Coming around, looks like it's going to be a takedown, not yet awarded. As Innamorato trying to get his hips up. Takedown now for Innamorato. And with Chabrak on his back, 7-7 and a minimum here. Back points coming. As referee Bartlett looking in. And a fall with just 21 seconds to go on the clock. So Joe Innamorato trailing and comes back to take a pin to advance to the finals.
Joe Innamorato, the 6th seed, with a fall in 5:39 and punching his ticket to the regions on Wednesday. So Innamorato trailed going into the 3rd and got a reversal that had to cut him and got a takedown and a fall. The other matchup at 120, we're going to stay on mat 2 because that's where the State Liners Bryce Perenni is going to come out. So I'll keep my eye on that one, Bob. And you'll be watching 120 Tyler Epps of Plainfield and James Kessler of Bernards. That is a 4-1 lead for Plainfield. 4-1 lead for Plainfield in the 2nd. All right, Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg taking on Johnny Cruz of Plainfield. Johnny Cruz is the 3 seed. He's a senior, 29-6. Phillipsburg's Bryce Perenni is the 2 seed. The senior is 23-12. Chris Rebels is the referee for this match. No advantage. They've wrestled 36 seconds. Bryce Perenni, winner by fall in 16 seconds in the quarterfinals over Christopher DeCibio of Summit Chatham. Cruz advanced with a 4-1 decision over Nicholas DeLaro of Woodbridge. We have wrestled 1 minute and we have no advantage. Looking for a bear hug is Perenni. Trying to jack up. Cruz stalling warning on Cruz as they go off in front of the State Liner coaches across the way. First warning for stalling. Perenni in the predominantly garnet singlet, gray and white trim. A circle to the right, 40 seconds to go, scoreless first here at 126. Cruz in on the left leg of Perenni, picks that leg up. Bryce hopping up and down on the right foot and frees the leg and then tries to dive in on a double as they come off at 27 seconds.
At 120, Plainfield's Tyler Epps, the top seed, with a 8-2 lead as they start the 3rd period over James Kessler of Bernard, excuse me.
Coming up in the final 10 in a scoreless first. Perenni and Johnny Cruz, they are scoreless after 1. Flip of the disc goes to Perenni. Perenni looking over to Dave Post. He's going to take down to start the 2nd. So Epps of Plainfield at 120 and Kessler of Bernards on mat 1, and Perenni of Phillipsburg, Cruz of Plainfield on mat 2. Perenni stands, he is out in 11 seconds. And the State Liner senior has a 1-0 lead. And Cruz lost the plug. Going over and throw that away, and State Liner trainer Dwayne Bryda may be set to apply another one, and we'll get some blood time here at 126.
Top seed Tyler Epps of Plainfield now with a 10-2 advantage over James Kessler of Bernards. They have 30 seconds to go in the bout.
So some blood time across the way with Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg. leading 1-0. State Liners 2 of 3 so far in the semifinal round. All right, they have stopped the blood flow. Cruz going to put the headgear back on. And he and Perenni are neutral 16 seconds into the second. Perenni dives in on a leg, can't get it.
So Tyler Ebbs of Plainfield, the top seed, advances 10-2 over James Kessler of Bernards at 120.
And so it'll be Epps and Inamorado in the final. Perenni was looking for a throw. Now ducks under to a leg and Cruz sprawls. Circle each other to the right. Neither Perenni nor Cruz really have been close to a takedown. Down to 35 seconds here in the second. Bryce Perenni finishing 6th in the Hurricane, 5th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. Honorable mention in this weight class by the Express Times.
Top seed Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park at 126, advancing with a fall in 49 seconds over Jamin Bryant of Somerville, the 4 seed.
Front head and arm by Perenni. And Cruz looking for a barrel roll with 7 seconds to go. Perenni spins around behind. He's behind. Can he get a hand or a knee to the mat? Ran out of time. Oh, Chris Rebels has awarded the takedown. Let's see. Now they're going to call it off. It was obviously after the buzzer. Fans don't like it to our left, but that was obviously after the buzzer. So we are through 2. And now Cruz will be underneath with Perenni on top. 1-0 as we go to the third. Phillipsburg at least wanted fleeing the mat. Cruz stands. Perenni's looking for that standing hazard. Trying to trips him back down. Now trying to break him. There's the hazard tilt. Chris Rebels counts out. He's got back points coming. Bryce Perenni hits a hazard tilt, and he's got 3 back points coming. Perenni breaks, the hold is broken. Perenni trying to run a half from the, reaches inside a half from the right side. There's the 3 back points awarded. Perenni on top, 4-0.
Top seed Mark Montgomery at 132 of Roselle Park, advancing with a fall in 35 seconds over Wilson Carrillo of Plainfield, who used a bar.
Here's Montgomery with that win as the all-time wins leader at Roselle Park. That's a ceremony being right in front of us. Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg with a 4-0 lead and under a minute to go. The other semi at 126. Perenni has the left arm barred. So they were even on their feet. No one could get a takedown. But Perenni has dominated on the mat here in the third period, working a hazard tilt for 3 back points. Second period escape, 3 back points here in the third. 42 seconds to go as they got off the mat. Cruz adjusts the headgear. Perenni, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Cruz trying to stand. Perenni drops down to a leg, then Cruz trying to headlock Perenni. Perenni fights off that headlock, maintains control. Riding out the left side. Under 20 seconds to go for Bryce Perenni as he throws the left leg in. Controlling the right arm and trying to turn Cruz to his left. 5 seconds to go, 1 count. Look, he's got back points coming, won't get the fall. but a couple of three back points for Bryce Perenni. So he turns them twice in the third, and Perenni wins a 7-0 decision here at 126. The second seed, Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg, will face the top seed, Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park, in the finals at 126. So 126, Roselle Park against Phillipsburg in the finals. And the consolations will be Bryant of Somerville and Cruz of Plainfield. All right, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg is on mat 2 at 132. The 2 seed facing the 3, Will Kaufman of Bernards. Front head and arm by Kaufman. And able to horse his way around the right side is Jones. Jones has a takedown and leads 2-0. Travis Jones is a senior, 31-3. Kaufman, a 3 seed, a senior, 19-13. Referee for this bout is Charles Bartlett. Jones has the control of the left arm. Trying to pick up and stack up Will Kaufman. Cups him under the chin, trying to turn him to his left using the legs. Referee Bartlett counts out 2. Jones has those using his legs to turn Kaufman to his left. He gets 2 back points. Jones leads 4-0. 1 count, 2, 3. Couple more back points coming for Jones here with under 30 seconds to wrestle in the first. 2 back points, 6-0 Jones. Jones was a winner by fall in 46 seconds in the quarters over Justin Langen of Woodbridge. Jones riding out the left side with 3 seconds to go. And Jones will have a 6-0 lead after 1. Travis, a defending district and regional champion, 7th in the state a year ago. Picked up career win number 100 last Sunday against Kingsway. Jones underneath to start the second. Sits. Turns into a leg. Trying to keep control of Jones's right leg, and Jones frees that with the reversal. The Stateliner senior is out in front 8-0. Again, using the legs to tilt Kaufman to his left. Jones has him on his back, trying to bridge is Kaufman. Referee Bartlett looking in at that right shoulder. 3 back points for Jones. He leads 11-0. He has a cradle. Jones has a cradle and has him stacked up in that cradle, and the fall comes in 2:45 with a cradle for Phillipsburg's Travis Jones. And he will face the top seed, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park, in the finals. Jones, the winner, in 2:45.
At 138, 2 seed Joe Conolano of Woodbridge, Jaden Conolano of Woodbridge, trailing 5-4 in the second period to Skylar Fry of Plainfield. Catalano is riding here in the second period with a bar, but Fry trying to work his way out and trying to come to his feet. And not quite a neutral as they're near the edge of the mat. And they go off. 32 seconds to go in the second period. 5-4 for Plainfield's Fry. He is in the white singlet with the red cardinal on the back. Catalano of Woodbridge in the black singlet with the red W on his side as he rides, with 32 seconds to go in period 2. And a caution awarded on the start against Plainfield. And that'll be a second. Back underway. Fry struggles to his feet and brought back down by Catalano. Catalano splitting the legs with a forearm ride. Trying to scissor through, and grab that wrist. And now work a bar to tilt Fry back. Just 3 seconds to go here in the period, and time will expire. So 5-4 for Fry of Plainfield, and he is choosing neutral to start period 3.
Plainfield just hit a headlock on mat 2. That is Shahid Green and Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. So we have some injury time on mat 1.
For Jaden Catalano of Woodbridge.
Through 132, the State Liners have advanced 4 to the finals. That's Matsko, Inamorado, Parenti, and Jones. Kyle Tino will be on deck here on mat 1.
So injury time is stopped as they get ready to start period 3. Again, it's going to be neutral, with Fry of Plainfield and Catalano of Woodbridge. As they circle, Catalano with the only takedown of the bout. It came in the first period. Excuse me, Fry, as they were off the mat. Fry with a takedown and 3 back points in the first period. Catalano scored a reversal near the end of the first period, and then another reversal as he chose bottom to start the second period.
Fry, Bob, was a 4th place finisher in the Union County tournament.
Fry now with a takedown to go up 7-4 with 1.5 minutes to go. As Catalano tries to get to his base. Fry trapping the near arm. And now gives up on that, comes back on the legs to get Catalano flat. It was Fry early, and then Catalano rebounding from that, and then Fry scoring this takedown here in the third period to be up 7-4. We have 1.6 minutes to go. Catalano looking Fry looking half, but now riding high as Catalano looks to reverse. Fry comes back up and now has Catalano near his back. Nothing yet. It'll be 3 back points now for Fry as they go off. So that'll make it 10-4. As referee Kevin Colbrecht Jr. called out those back points. So 46 seconds to go with Fry riding. So he has a tight waist and looking for hand control from the top. Now trying to stack up Catalano. They're in a bit of an awkward spot here, but back points being counted out. It's going to be at least 3. He gets 3 back points. And then an escape for Catalano. So it's 13-4 Fry as they go off with 18 seconds to go.
We have the top seed at 145. Elvin Guerrero locked up 8-8, and now a 9-8 lead for Shahid Green of Plainfield on mat 2.
Catalano looks to throw, then Fry, and Fry gets Catalano to his back for another takedown. They get it 15-5 with at least 3 back points coming here as time will expire. So that'll be a 19-5 win for Skylar Fry of Plainfield, the 3 seed, over Joe Catalano of Woodbridge, the number 2 seed at 138.
And we'll keep it right here on mat 1 because the State Liners' Kyle Tino will come out. Kyle Tino, a senior, 26-10, defending district champion, facing the 4 seed from Summit Chatham, Patrick Nevins. He's a sophomore, 22-8. Tino's in on a double. Looking for a flying cement job was Nevins that he could not finish. Takedown for Tino. He's on top 2-0, trying to work a hazard tilt. One count, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 back points coming on the hazard tilt for Kyle Tino over Patrick Nevins of Summit Chatham, the jointure. Because at the combination of the 2 schools, they are in Group 5. Tino has the left arm barred, cups Nevins under the chin, trying to take him over to his left. Tino around the chin and a body press. It's referee Kolbeck looking in. Nevins bridging. Fall for Kyle Tino in 1:08. Kyle Tino of the State Liners advancing at 138. And Tino will face in the finals the 3 seed Skylar Fry of Plainfield. In the consolations at 138, Nevins of Summit and Catalano of Woodbridge. So the State Liners with 5 so far in the finals, 5 of 6 in the semifinal round. And they are still wrestling at 145 over on mat 2. We're going to stay here on mat 1 because the State Liners' Luke Harden will be out at 145. Luke wrestling most of the season at 138.
Top seed 145, Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park just scored an escape to tie them at 9-9 against Shahid Green of Plainfield.
Green couldn't finish as they just went off. Joe Brucato will be with the green ankle band. Luke Harden of Phillipsburg in the red. Harden advancing with a 16-0 technical fall in 5:05 over Wellington Ardea of Somerville. Brucato defeated Tyler Diamond of Bernards. I guess they're holding this up till they finished 138 across the way. With 30 seconds to go in regulation, that one is tied at 9. Green of Plainfield in the white. And in the predominantly red is Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park. Well, now that referee Frank Leitner is set, we will go here on mat 1 with Harden of Phillipsburg and Brucato of Woodbridge. Harden's in the garnet, gray and white trim, Peaberg across the chest. Brucato is in the black with a big W on the right hip in red. Harden dumps him down to his left hip. Now trying to go to a double and take Brucato over top of his head. Drops him down to his left hip again, or excuse me, his right hip. Brucato hanging on to the right ankle of Harden. Trying to get his hips up off the mat. Harden still trying to finish this as he clings to that right foot of Harden. Harden going to still clamped around that left leg. Now wants to pick that leg up, and Brucato frees it. There is no advantage. Circling each other to the left. Harden pretty good with the leg attacks. He can get in.
Elvin Guerrero, top seed, just gets a takedown in overtime, 34 seconds into the period, to beat Shaheed Green of Plainfield and advance at 145.
So Guerrero will await the winner of Harden and Brucato. We're down to 35 seconds to go. Harden gets in on the left leg. Again, trying to dump down Brucato to his hip and see if he can finish now, settle for a double. Trying to pick those legs up over top his head. And Brucato clinging to that left ankle on Harden. In the scramble, will Harden come out of this? They each have a leg, each hopping up and down. Now Harden has the left leg up in the air. Under 10 seconds to go. And Harden gets the takedown with 4 seconds to go. And Luke Harden of Phillipsburg has a 2-0 lead after 1. Harden worked awfully hard to get that takedown. Brucato taking underneath to start the second. Brucato stands and Harden cuts him. On the escape, 2-1. So Harden was able to get in on the legs, finally able to finish as he picked. They each had a leg up in the air, and Harden was able to kick his leg free while he kept the leg of Brucato. Was able to finish that with under 5 seconds to go. Harden dives in on the left leg, behind the knee. Again, picks that up over top. He's been able to get in on those legs successfully. Now can he finish? Stacks Brucato up on his head. Now he lost the leg. Brucato with a quarter Nelson out in front. Harden reaching for that left leg. Front head and arm here by Brucato. And Harden blocks off with his right arm. That's picked apart. Come up to a stand. Harden again tried to block off with his right arm. Brucato still trying to spin with him, then shrugs, and Harden blocks him off with the left arm. Harden trying to get in on the left leg and drive through that on Brucato. Stalemate's called by Frank Leitner with 47 seconds to go in the second. So Harden's been able to get in, but only finish 1 out of 3. He gets caught underneath Brucato after he gets control of the leg and then just can't finish. Pressure on the head by looking for a Russian tie is Brucato with under 30 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Harden circles at the edge. They backpedal to the center after they break apart. Final 10 seconds here of the second. It's going to be Harden's choice in the third. I would suspect that he will take neutral, but we'll see. Nope, he's going to go underneath. So Harden with a 2-1 lead after 2, and he's down in the third. Right hand tight waist by Brucato. Harden stands. Brucato on the mat return. Wraps the tight waist around Harden's left side, reaching for Harden's left wrist. Harden struggles to his knees. Brucato trying to run a half from the left side. Underhooks Harden's left shoulder. Harden picks that off. Brucato puts the legs in and pressures on the head. Flattens out. Harden keeps the pressure on his head.
Stretch it forward. Head pressure.
Trying to drive a half Nelson, power half from the left side. Harden to his knees. Bricado breaks him back down. Harden looking to control that right wrist of Bricado. Stalemate's called by Frank Leitner. We have 57 seconds to go in the bout, with Harden clinging to that 2-1 lead.
Underway across the way at 152, two-seed Luke Burns of Bernards with a 4-1 lead over Justin D'Angelo of Summit. They are in the second period.
Bricado trying to break down Harden. Harden stands, reaches back for the left leg. There's the mat return by Bricado. Trying to sink a power half again. Pressure on the head, trying to drive Harden to his right. 30 seconds to go in the bout. 5 right hand, left hand, 5 pry. Trying to turn Harden to his right. Harden able to belly down. Keeps pressure on the head and neck of Harden. 15 seconds to go in the bout. Now he wants to try and turn Harden to his left. Reaching for a cradle. He almost had a cradle locked up behind the knee. 5 seconds to go. And Luke Harden of the Stateliners is going to win a 2-1 decision on a first period takedown at 1:45. Luke Harden of the Stateliners in the finals against the top seed Elvin Guerrero of Roselle Park.
Still wrestling in the second period at 152. Luke Burns of Bernards with a 4-2 lead now over Justin D'Angelo James. D'Angelo James getting an escape early in the second period. They are working on their feet.
6 finalists now for Phillipsburg. Cody Harrison on the mat for the Stateliners at 152. He's got a takedown on Somerville's Brendan Aldridge. And they go off across the way. 2-0 lead for the Stateliners' Cody Harrison. The top seed, 4th in the state a year ago, bidding for his 4th district title. He indicates optional start, and he cuts Aldridge. It's 2-1. Harrison tried to get in on the right leg. Mark Montgomery, by the way, of Roselle Park, will be looking for his 4th district title. He'll face Phillipsburg's Travis Jones in the final at 132. Harrison snaps on the head, spins around to the right. Second takedown for Harrison. He leads Aldridge of Somerville 4-1. Harrison controlling the right elbow, pulled that across the body, now steps through. Cups Aldridge under the chin, puts him on his back, and gets the fall in 1:05 for Cody Harrison of the Stateliners at 152. Phillipsburg now with 7 finalists out of the first 8 weight classes.
Luke Burns of Bernards just scored a fall in 424, the 2 seed, to advance at 152 against Justin D'Angelo James of Summit.
So Phillipsburg finals at 152. Bernards has their 2nd finalist. Somerville in the consolations along with Summit. TJ Abode right in front of us here at 160. For the Stateliners, the 5 seed who scored a fall in 35 seconds over the 4 seed Drew Mastronardi of Bernards in the quarters. He's facing the top seed Jacob Vega from Carteret. He's a junior, 33-1. Got an interesting discussion, Bob, during the quarters on these Carteret uniforms. In on the left leg is Vega, and Vega has a takedown on Abode and leads 2-0. Rather than they are gym short looking and not tight to the leg. And there was some discussion about the whether the new uniforms were legal. It's kind of like a almost like a gym outfit.
Yeah,
Skate for a boat, it's 2-1.
Looks a little swimsuitish on the bottom.
Carteret's in the black and blue. A boat of the State Liners, predominantly garnet, gray, and white trim. Vega was a winner technical fall 15-0 over Kevin Simpson of Somerville in a minute 39 in the quarters.
You would assume they are not debuting the uniform here at Districts.
Abode dives in on the left leg. Vega trying to hang on to the foot, left foot of Abode. Abode spinning with him. Vega has two hands wrapped around that left foot. And a potentially dangerous is called by Frank Leitner.
Underway at 160, number 2 seed Joe Delia of New Providence with a first period takedown. He leads 2-0. 30 seconds to go in the period against McCray McKellenpack of Plainfield, the 3 seed.
Vega dove in on the left leg of Abode, couldn't pull it in. The Carteret Ramblers, they have a couple of seeded wrestlers today, and they put 2 in the semifinals. Vega, the top seed in this weight class at 160. Abode is bidding to become Phillipsburg's 8th finalist. 5 seconds to go here in the first. And Vega has a 2-1 lead after 1. Abode will go down to start the second. Vega, right hand tight waist, left elbow, trying to pick up on the ankle. Abode stands, drops down to Abode's left ankle, goes to a tackle right in front of our State Liner Sports Network camera, and they're off the mat. Back to the center for TJ. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. That time Abode wanted to sit, reaches behind the left leg of Vega, but Vega breaks him down. Abode gets to his knees. Abode getting control of that right wrist. Vega again picks up on the left leg, maintains control of Abode. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Abode is out. On the escape, we are tied at 2 here in the second. TJ Abode of Phillipsburg trying to knock off the top seed here at 160. So far, the top seed for the State Liners, Logan Matsko, successful at 106. Gabe Leo of Roselle Park advancing at 113. Tyleek Epps of Plainfield advancing at 120. Eddie Hubble of Roselle Park advancing at 126. Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park at 132. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg at 138. Evan Guerrero of Roselle Park in overtime at 145. And Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg at 152. So far, all the top seeds have advanced. Dave Vega dives in and Abode sprawls. Then Abode dives in at the edge of the mat. Trying to, again, Vega able to pick up on that right leg. Abode has his hands locked in a high crotch if he can pick him up, but Vega has him flattened out on the edge. And they're off at 7 seconds.
They are through 2 at 160 across the way. New Providence, Joe Delia, the 2 seed, with a 10-0 lead over McCray and McKellenpack of Plainfield.
After 2, Abode and Vega tied at 2. Vega's choice. He's going underneath in the third. Vega's set. Abode left hand tight waist. Quick switch by Vega for a reversal, and he leads Abode 4-2. Abode is out. It's 4-3. That may have been the fastest switch. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, Bob.
It was fast.
Vega dives in on a double on Abode. Abode draped over top. Trying to hang on to the left foot. Abode keeps that left foot, trying to come out and face Vega. There's still no advantage here. And there's a takedown for Vega. He goes up 6-3. Abode stands, Trying to pull those hands apart. He's out. 6-4. Abode needs to be the aggressor here with coming up on 1 minute to go in the bout. Circling each other to the right. Half a shot by Abode. And Abode dives in. Whizzer put in by Vega. Half a shot by Vega. Now trying to convert a double. Abode around the head looking for a flying cement. And Vega finishes that takedown. He goes up over Abode 8-4. And they go off to our right with 39 seconds to go. Injury time is rolling for Jacob Vega of Carteret.
New Providence Joe Delia, the 2 seed at 160, advances with a 15-0 tech fall over McRae McKellifack of Plainfield, the 3 seed. Now across the way, 170, Jordan Malanga, the 3 seed of Somerville, facing Sergio Cespedes, the 2 seed of Woodbridge.
Vega's okay. Vega finishing 3rd last year in District 15, and he was 4th in Region 4. He was 32-10 a year ago. Picks up on that ankle on Abode. Abode stands. Drops down to the left leg. Maintains control. Abode stands again. Abode's able to kick his way out. It is 8-5, 20 seconds to go. Vega dives in on the leg of Abode, and he'll get another takedown with 9 seconds to go. 10-5 lead for Vega. And that will be the final for Jacob Vega of Carteret. 10-5 winner, the top seed at 160 over Phillipsburg's TJ Abode. Carteret and New Providence in that final at 160. That's the first finalist for each. Phillipsburg and Plainfield dropping down into the consolation match for 3rd. At 170, Stateliners 4 seed David Pearson taking on Kaizeron Casey of Plainfield, the top seed. He's a junior, 29-7. He had a first round bye. Pearson beat Pat Chisholm of Bernards. Pearson, the 4 seeds, a freshman, 15-17. Casey's a junior, 29-7. We'll have the finals for you also today, approximately 4:20. Will be our broadcast time here from Phillipsburg. Pearson's in on the right leg, trying to go to a double. Can he drive through it? Casey hanging on to the left foot of Pearson. Casey has a hand and hands locked behind the right knee, trying to get Casey, now wants to go to a double, keeps those hands locked behind the right leg. Casey trying to free that leg. Referee here is Kevin Colbeck. They come up to a stand. Casey is behind Pearson. Pearson tries to roll. Casey has the takedown. Leads Pearson 2-0. Trying to take the left wrist. Off they go at 55 seconds.
They're tied across the way, 170 between Jordan Malanga of Somerville and Sergio Cespedes of Woodbridge, with Cespedes hitting a reversal in the second period, so it's 2-2.
Pearson underneath. Casey with his left shoulder heavily taped up. Left hand tight waist. Trying to control the left elbow of Pearson. Pearson trying to free the left wrist. Casey trying to run a half in the right side. That's picked off by Pearson. Trying to run that half again. Pearson picks it off. Pearson trying to get control of that right wrist as they battle for hand control. Left hand thigh pry by Casey. takes Pearson's right wrist. Pearson sneaking a look at the clock, and Casey's going to ride out the first period. The Plainfield junior and the top seed leading 2-0 after one. Flip of the disc goes to Pearson. Pearson will defer. Casey looks over, and he'll go down to start the second. Right hand tight waist. Pearson goes to get the legs in. Pearson's up a little high, trying to sink that left leg back in, control the wrist and flatten out Casey. Tries to take him under the chin and wants to turn him to his left. Pearson's up high, Casey trying to stand. Pearson taking the left wrist out from under him, keeps the legs in. Casey trying to control the left wrist of Pearson now and pull him over top. And he spins around behind and gets the reversal. Casey on top of Pearson, 4-0. Casey finishing second in the College of New Jersey tournament and fourth in the Union County tournament. Takes the left wrist on Pearson. Wants to try and stack him up. Now trying to reinforce the bar and turn Pearson to his right. Pearson trying to bridge, 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Casey on this tilt. 3 back awarded. Casey leads 7-0.
Somerville's Jordan Malanga, Mike, the 3-seeded, just scored a fall in 4-12 to beat Sergio Cespedes, the 2-seed of Woodbridge, at 170. Malanga had chosen bottom on the third period, reversed, and got a fall.
It's an escape for Pearson, and he trails 7-1. Casey spinning around behind, no takedown. Final 5 seconds here of the second. So the top seed, Kaiseran Casey of Plainfield, has a 7-1 lead over Phillipsburg's David Pearson after 2. Pearson choosing top in the third.
Get his hands up. Give him a fair start.
Pearson tried to get the right leg in, and Casey caught that coming in, and he's got a reversal. Casey leads 9-1. He's got a takedown, 2 reversals, and 3 back points. Riding out the right side on Pearson. Pearson stands, taken off the mat and then totally off the wrestling surface as he tried to get away from Casey. Go back to the center with 1:27 to go in the bout.
At 182, number 2 seed Wusif Alabar from Woodbridge with a 4-1 lead over Justin Estevine of Roselle Park, the 3 seed.
Casey wants to set up a hazard tilt. Breaks down Pearson. Wants to try and turn Pearson to his right. Pearson gets to his base. Casey pressuring on the left elbow. Pearson trying to get hand control and stand. Casey maintaining control here with 45 seconds to go in the bout.
Hold that wrist in, butt drag, wrist in butt, wrist in butt. There you go. Again, till he's flat.
Pearson trying to free that left wrist. Stands right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. And Pearson has an escape. It is 9-2, and they're off the mat just to our left with 24 seconds remaining. So Pearson's got to be the aggressor here. And there's Casey getting right in on a double. Pearson tried to throw him on by, and Casey's got a takedown and some back points coming. Trying to get more on the right shoulder of David Pearson with 10 seconds to go. Pearson bellies down. That was a 5-point play. It is 14-2, Casey. And the top seed from Plainfield advances to the finals. A 14-2 major over Phillipsburg's David Pearson at 170. He'll face Jordan Malanga of Somerville in the finals.
Well, injury time across the way at 182, but Wusif Elbayar of Woodbridge is up 4-1 over John Estevine of Roselle Park. Elbayar the 2 seed, Estevine the 3 seed. As Elbayar scored a takedown and a pair of back points in the first period to just an escape for Estevine.
Through 170, the State Liners have 7 finalists. Roselle Park has 4. Plainfield has 3. 2 each for Bernards and Somerville, 1 each for Carteret and New Providence. Jake Wicks is out for Phillipsburg at 182. He's the top seed, a junior, 21-13. Facing the 4 seed, Eswin Orellana of Plainfield. He's a senior, 13-12. He tries to hit a throw on Wicks, and he hit the throw to get a takedown and a 2-0 lead. Wicks able to scramble off his back before a 2 count. Orellana throwing in a half Nelson from the left side. Wicks tries to pick that off. Now Wicks trying to pull the tight waist, and he is out. It is 2-1. Working takedowns here in the first. Orellana wants another throw. Tries to throw Wicks on by, dives in on a double. Wicks sprawls. Wicks with a front head and arm. Trying to get Orellana down to his knees. Jake Wicks is certainly comfortable as he tried to go to a standing cradle. He's got a cradle locked up. A takedown for Wicks. Trying to spin in the cradle, and he's got him on his back. Frank Leitner, the referee, looking in at that right near shoulder. This is a 5-point play for Jake Wicks, who will be out in front 6-2 if he doesn't stick him. At the edge, and they're off. 6-2, Wicks. So Wicks went to a standing cradle and worked that for 5. Orellana stands. Wicks cuts him. On the escape, it's 6-3, Wicks. Orellana with half a shot, and Wicks trying to lock up high, look for a throw or a bear hug. I think both of these guys are comfortable working up top. Final 10 seconds here of the first. 6-3, Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg, the top seed after 1 over the 4 seed, Eswin Orellana of Plainfield. Wicks will go underneath to start the second. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Wicks standing right away. Orellana stands behind him, trying to sit down behind him. Wicks reverses, has Orellana on his back. Frank Leitner looking in the fall. It comes in 2-10 for Jake Wicks. Becoming Phillipsburg's 8th finalist. Jake with falls in 19 seconds. And in 2:10. And we'll go right to 195, where Phillipsburg's Austin Roth, the 2 seed, a senior, 28-5, taking on Jack Hedges of Summit Chatham, the 3 seed, a senior, 17-10. Referee for this bout will be Kevin Colbeck Jr. Had to wait for the clock to get set. Now we're to the action. Roth with Phillipsburg across the chest in this garnet, gray, and white singlet. USC for Summit. Rick looking for a bear hug, and a trip is Roth. He's got the takedown, and he's got Hedges on his back. Kevin Kolbeck calls the fall in 27 seconds for Austin Roth. Roth becoming Phillipsburg's 9th finalist.
182, Wusuf El-Bayar of Woodbridge with a 5-3 lead with a minute 40 to go in the bout over John Estevine of Roselle Park. El-Bayar having chosen bottom here to start the third period.
So Austin Roth with a quarterfinal bye and a fall in 27 seconds. And we'll go to 220 here. Gage Horvath of Phillipsburg, the top seed. Horvath, a junior, 17 and 17, facing Emmanuel Sutton of Plainfield, the 5 seed, a sophomore, 18 and 16. Horvath looking at a Russian tie.
Mike Sutton was very aggressive in his quarterfinal bout.
Got a fall there in 357 over Charlie Palmer of New Providence.
He was pushing Palmer all over the mat until he finally caught him.
Front head and arm, Horvath trying to spin around to the left at the edge, and Frank Leitner says they're off, no advantage. All of the top seeds have made it so far through 182. A couple of the second seeds have been knocked off. They're off, no advantage. .106, Xavier Larquente of Woodbridge was knocked off by Tanner Donato of Somerville. He was the 3 seed. Justin Villani of Bernards advanced at 113. At 120, Nick Chabrak of Somerville was knocked off by the 6, Joey Innamorato of Phillipsburg. Bryce Perenni advanced for Phillipsburg, 126. Travis Jones advanced for Phillipsburg, 132. Horvath tries to slip the headlock there. There's no advantage, and they're off. The 2 seed, Jaden Catalano of Woodbridge, was knocked off at 138 by Skylar Fry of Plainfield. Luke Harden of Phillipsburg advanced at 145. Luke Burns of Bernards advanced at 152. Joe D'Elia of New Providence advanced at 160. And the 2, Sergio Cespedes of Woodbridge, was knocked off by the 3, Jordan Malang of Somerville at 170. So most of the seeds in this round have held up. Horvath and Sutton scoreless after 1. Sutton's choice, and he's going underneath to start the second. It's in the Plainfield white, red trim, and a cardinal on the back. Plainfield across the front. We have blood on the forehead of Phillipsburg's Gage Horvath.
Now 15 seconds to go across the way with Wusuf El-Bayar still hanging on to that 5-3 lead. He chose bottom here in the third period, has not come close to getting out, and had some injury time, which is why that one is still going on. But El-Bayar with a takedown and 2 back points in the first period, and then an escape in the third. Estevine with an escape in the first period and a couple back points in the second. But with 7 seconds to go, it's going to be El-Bayar hanging on with a 5-3 victory as that one expires. So El-Bayar of Woodbridge, the 2 seed, advances at 182 over Justin Estevine, the 3 seed of Roselle Park.
And he'll face Phillipsburg's Jake Wicks. Horvath trying to maintain control here in the third. Horvath riding out the left side, trying to wants to bar the left arm as he controls that left wrist. Wants to sit on top of that bar. Horvath has that left arm barred, pulling that all the way across the body behind the back of Sutton, who is not able to come to his base. Horvath cups him under the chin, keeps that arm, wants to try and drive Sutton to his right. Horvath driving, and he's got Sutton on his back. Frank Leichner calls the fall in 3:05 for Gage Horvath. Becomes the 10th Stateliner to make the finals. Horvath, the top seed at 220.
They are underway across the way at 195. Jackson Burns, the top seed of Bernard's, a senior, 26-7 against Andrew Diodato of Somerville. The 4 seed, a senior, 24-5, scoreless with a minute underway.
And we'll stay right here on mat 1 at 285. Cody Krutz of Phillipsburg, the 2 seed, facing the 3, Richard Herrera of Somerville. Herrera is a junior, 19-9. Krutz is a junior, 12-19. Cody, a winner by fall in 34 seconds over Bryce Quate of Bernard's in the quarters. Herrera winner by fall in a minute 47 over Isaiah Rodriguez of Carteret. That was in a minute 47. Referee for this bout is Kevin Colbeck Jr., assisted by Frank Leichner. No advantage here. We've wrestled 30 seconds here at 285. So advancing for the Stateliners so far to the finals and punching the ticket to regions. Matsko, Inamorado, Parenti, Jones, Tino, Harden, Harrison, Wicks, Roth, Horvath. Herrera trying to snap down on the head of Krutz. So circle. Still trying to snap down on the head of Krutz. Krutz likewise trying to snap down on the head of Herrera. Krutz with a hand behind the neck of Herrera. Likewise, Herrera behind Krutz. Coming up on 20 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. Neither has been close to a takedown. Herrera in the Somerville black with Ville, V-I-L-L-E, down the right side. The Pioneers, orange and black. Big S on the left hip in orange for the Pioneers. First period scoreless here at 285. Flip of the disc goes to Herrera, and Herrera chooses underneath to start the second. Dave Post in the chairs for the Stateliners, along with assistant Brian Kopeski. Krutz trying to left-hand thigh pry, trying to take Herrera off his base. Out the right side, reaches for the left wrist. Herrera stands. Krutz hanging on to an arm. There's a neutral for Herrera. Krutz looking for a bear hug, and they're off neutral at a minute 35. 1-0 Herrera. Stateliners had 9 champs a year ago. Cody Krutz hoping to become their final finalist. He would be the 11th. Wrestlers break apart. It's kind of pushing on each other and around the head. Krutz wanted a power shrug. not able to budge Herrera to get him off balance. The clock is not moving, by the way, on mat number 2, and they've just stopped that. I don't know how much action, but I noticed the clock's stuck at 2 minutes, and that just doesn't happen.
It was enough time for Andrew Diodato of Somerville to get an escape.
It looks like they've moved it down to 1:37. Pereira looking for a bear hug. Krutz able to back out of that. 15 seconds to go as they circle. Going to be Cody Krutz's choice in the third. And the Stateliner Junior is trailing 1-0 as we go to the third. Krutz choosing underneath. He's ready. Right hand tight waist. Krutz reaching around for a leg, trying to come out and face Herrera. Krutz trying to reach back for that right leg, trying to come up to a stand. Herrera picking up on the right ankle, trying to take Krutz off his base. Controlling the left wrist on Krutz. Krutz frees the wrist. Herrera looks to lock up a cradle, breaks him down, takes Krutz's left wrist, trying to drive him to his right. Krutz trying to stand. Krutz stands, and he's out. With 1:10 to go in regulation, the bout is tied at 1. The winner qualifies for regions. Loser's going to have to wrestle back for third. Neither one came close to a takedown in the first 2 periods. Just kind of pushing on each other and trying to control the head with 40 seconds to go.
.195, Andrew Diodato of Somerville advances 3-1 over Jackson Burns, the top seed.
Looking for a headlock, Burns, and Herrera hits the throw, takes down Krutz with 20 seconds remaining. Herrera hits the throw, he goes up 3-1. Final 10 seconds. Controlling the left wrist of Krutz. So the 2 seed for the Stateliners, Cody Krutz, will go down here at 285, 3-1 to Richard Herrera of Somerville. Herrera, the winner, 3-1.
Across the way at 220, they are underway with Nick Malusi of Summit facing Stefan Ruiz of Carteret.
And right in front of us, we have Plainfield and New Providence. That's the 285 bout with Stephen Gordon of Plainfield and Nadim El Hamrouki of New Providence. Off they go, no advantage. Frank Leitner, the referee for that one. No advantage here through the first 40 seconds. And Frank Leitner, the referee for this one. Looking for a throw